Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's something serious. Where my girls at? We link up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right.
Hey, 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 we are there. Hey, hey, Drea. Hey, ladies. We are here. Ready to roll. We got a good show for you today. Good show for you today. We're here, we're here, we're here. All right. We're kicking off on the radio. There's our music. You know how you don't know all the words, but you think you do? We link up in a cool minute.
Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Where my girls at? It is time, you guys. It is so time. Can you believe it? It's Friday. Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. We're so glad that you checked in to We Got Issues. We're excited about this talk radio, y'all. This is craziness how exciting this has been, how the topics keep rolling around, and life keeps happening every time. I'm telling you, I dance every time I hear this song. I want to say welcome to all of you who might be joining us for the very first time on We Got Issues. We got issues. You got issues. We all got issues. And here's the other piece. If you're not new, like you've been coming on and over again, we're so grateful. We're so thankful. We're hearing over and over again how it's making a difference in other people's lives and other people's attitudes. And it's a great break in the day, 6 to 7 p.m. every single day, Monday through Friday. This is WFDF, 910 a.m., the Superstation, and we're so glad to have you here. Let's see, we got a little feedback there. I think we got it. This is Gloria Mayfield Banks, and I'm checking in, y'all. I'm checking in from Colombia, South America, and I love the international flavor of the show. You guys, seriously, let me just say this. You got to have girlfriends. When I was writing up the description of this class to put on social media, Sabrina had to check me like 3 times. Like, what do you mean by that? And what do you mean by that? And how come that makes a lot of sense in your head and don't make nobody's sense in nobody else? I mean, for real. Then I had to send it to my creative director and say, okay, you're the best one at getting something out of my head onto a sheet of paper. And then you mix it up with dyslexia or just, I don't even know what I call myself. I'm dyslexic. It's just crazy. So I'm just here to tell you, I'm excited that I have girlfriends. I'm excited that you guys are coming into our tribe. I'm excited that, here we go again. I don't know what that is. Okay, we're getting it. I'm excited that each one of us brings a different flavor to our group. And so we hope that with your girlfriends, is that me? With your girlfriends, that you have different flavors that bring it to you. We've got another great topic to fill you with love, light, laughter, and lessons. And we're so excited for what we've done this week and where we're going next week. It's impossible to even understand everything that's going on in the last 24 hours. Today, we're talking about diet and discipline. Both those words individually is enough, right? The diet. And I don't just mean about losing weight. I just mean the diet and then the discipline. But I'm so excited about this woman that we're bringing on. She's brilliant. She's one of the most disciplined persons that I know in the world. And I know a lot of women. So for me to be able to say that she's one of the most dynamic, disciplined people, I'm so excited to introduce you. But of course, before I do that, I want to make sure that all of you bring out your cell phones and you text a girlfriend. Go ahead right now. Text a girlfriend and say, ooh, the force of friendship. It's talking about diet and discipline. And you know that personal conversation you said with me, that you said you was going to do this, that, and the other? Well, now's the time to check in, because I want you to be a part of it. And I want your girlfriends to be part of our tribe as well. And I want them to be ready to call in at 313-778-7600. 778-7600, area code 313. We're so excited. So let me go to Detroit, to the brand new Crisette Ellis. We're going to the brand new Crisette Ellis, okay? Because number one, she led the conversation this week about hair. Then she went and changed her hair. So I want to tell you, this chick is always inspiring. When I tell you everybody, she inspires everybody to change their hair, to do something with their hair, and she got no problem doing it all any kind of way. So she's changed her hair, she's changed, but never changed her heart. So I'm so excited. Chris, the brand new Crisette Ellis. Greet everybody.
Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Crisette from the D. I might be inspiring a whole lot, but I haven't inspired Sabrina Goodwin Monday to follow suit yet. She's like, don't even try it. Don't even try it. But it's Friday, everybody. It's Friday. And I, of course, am excited to be here with all of you. I'm excited about our guest that's going to be here on today. I'm telling you, you talking about, when you say it's the double D, you think we're talking about lingerie, right? We're not. We're not talking about lingerie. We're talking about two double. If you told your mama you got double D, she would be upset with you. But today we're talking about diet and discipline. And I promise you, we are all leaning into this topic because all of us can improve on our diet. All of us can improve on our discipline. So I just love being with these ladies. I love this show because you never know what you are going to get from week to week. But one thing we know for sure, it's going to be love, it's going to be laughter, and it's going to be lessons. And so it's a beautiful day here in the D, and I'm excited to throw it over to my girlfriend who's not following me. There is so much freedom in this new natural hairstyle. But I'm going to throw it over to my girls. Like, I don't care how much freedom it is. If I have to be in bondage, I'm staying in bondage. Throwing it over to Sabrina Goodwin Monday. What's up, Bree?
Oh, Crisette. Maybe one day, because as I was curling my hair, getting ready for this show, I'm like, I'm ready to cut it all off. Just cut it all off. I don't know about going natural, but how about just cutting it all off? Anyway, it's a great day in the neighborhood. I'm here. For those of you who see Rio, my dog in the back, he's our favorite fan. He never misses a show. He comes and has a show every day. Same time, same place. Sometimes we put him to sleep and sometimes we don't, but he does not miss a show. So I'm glad to be here. Our hearts, prayers go out to those families in Indianapolis. Another senseless killing, mass shooting, 45 mass shootings in the last 30 days in the U.S. We're so much better than this. I know that's not the topic, but I just have to say, USA, we got to do better. We got to do better. So, girlfriends, you warm my heart. You make me smile. I'm so glad that I get to do life with you in this world that we're living in right now. Caterina Harris Earl, talk to us, girlfriend.
Well, Rio never misses a show, and Max is at my feet. If he goes to the window, it's over because he's going to be looking for somebody out the window, and you will hear him bark, and I got to go on mute everywhere. It's a beautiful day here. We are really enjoying this life in this world with my 88-year-old father-in-love, Chris. Dad is off. He's off his he's off his post.
He's with my sister for the weekend, so he's not with me today.
So I have my QB that I keep under the desk, and Dad, he's getting his walk in, so I'm giving him the QB. So we're just enjoying the time and the love, and of course, you turn on the news, and it is really, really challenging. So I honestly will tell you, Gloria, as I stood in the mirror today, I thought, diet and discipline. Okay. This is a sense of humor because I need both. Okay. So I can't wait to talk. Talk to us, Gloria.
Yes, you guys, this is so good. I'm so excited to bring this topic to bear. This is a topic that I know the women on the Facebook are going to be blowing us up. I'm telling you, we have people on an international front. We got somebody in London that's just checked in. So we're so excited. If you speak English, okay, one of the things I put on my post, I said, if you got Wi-Fi, you got issues. Sabrina was like, what does that mean? Okay, that was the wrong way to say it. But what I meant was, if you got Wi-Fi, you can join us on We Got Issues. You guys, I'm telling you, I'm the main one that got issues. And then I want you guys to decide which one of you is crazy, which one of you is messy, which one of you is classy, which one of you is bossy, which one of you is nosy, which one of you is gossipy, which one of you, got to have a Y on the end of it. But we are building that out for you to decide which girlfriends fit in here. But I'm going to talk about somebody that's brainy. I'm going to talk about a brainy woman. I'm so excited to bring in Fofie. And I know I might not have said it right, but let me tell you something. She's my niece, and we call her Amina all the time. But she has another professional name. And what I want to tell you as she's getting ready to come on is that she's brilliant. She's educated. She helps so many women in so many different disciplines that I love. She's a therapist. She's a facilitator. She's a coach. And she has done something phenomenal with our family. When she comes on Thanksgiving and throughout the year, she's always so strong in giving us advice on how to eat. I have loved her because through her expertise, she, to me, has had that definition of let food be your medicine and let medicine be your food. So I'm so excited. So Amina Fofie, are you there? There she is. Can you hear us? Awesome. We can hear you. We can hear you. Welcome to the forest. She's a new person in our tribe. We're so excited. So excited, you guys. I want you guys to know that we check in with Amina on so many different fronts. And I also will tell you her calmness is amazing. The first thing I wanted her to do before we had to go to the break was, Amina, I want you to tell them a little bit about your journey, why I am so tuned into her when it comes to diet and discipline, and some of the things that you've done to help yourself through. Let me tell you this, guys. She made me very clear to make sure that you guys know she is not talking to you as a doctor. This is not the advice that she's bringing to you guys. So she's just leaning into this conversation and bringing her brilliance and her know-how. Oh my gosh. And just tell them who you are, girl. And don't hold nothing back. Don't let that ego reduce yourself. Tell all of it because it's big. Tell it all. Uh-oh, did she hear me?
Yes, I don't want feedback. Do you get feedback if I'm unmuted on both? Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. First of all, thank you, Gloria. Gloria, fabulous Gloria. And also, I want to just honor all of the forces of friendship here because I do know all of y'all. And as was mentioned earlier, that power of support and of sisterhood. And I want to thank all of you all for being a part of my journey, because you have been in ways that you know and don't know. And also just because of how you are a part of my Aunt Gloria's life. And Crisette, your hair is amazing. Yes.
Well, before we started, I said, Mina's been natural for a long time. So you can talk about that too. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, which is funny that was the beginning of the conversation, and today I've got the head wrap going on. But it actually connects into the diet conversation because, so I'm of the seasoned age, which means that when I went natural, it was before it was on the cover of Essence magazine. It was before it was supported in our culture. And the same thing with diet was needed for me to be able to go into my natural hair journey, which was first and foremost to ground in what was important to me. First and foremost, to understand what that meant to me. So my journey is that when I was young, as unfortunately so many in our community do, I had terrible asthma. I had allergies. I had and I mean terrible as in hospitalized constantly, as in clinically dead, as in like all of these things that really were traumatic experiences. And I had to start my journey of listening to my body. I had to start my journey of listening to what I needed, even sometimes over those voices of others, of authority, of other people. I had to really just start to do that. And I want to really preface this conversation with the fact that I heard something really powerful on social media the other day, which is that people who are put in the position of experts or people who have been doing things on a long journey, it can be, I don't want you to think that you can jump to where I am right now. I do not discount the fact that it has taken me literally 35 years to get to where I am right now. I did that with support. I did that with education. I did that with asking for help. So my journey looked like, though it did start with me just being willing to listen to myself. And I listened to myself to what foods helped and what foods hurt. And I had to teach myself how to cook. I had to teach myself because I'm seasoned in age. This was before vegetarianism and veganism were a part of the cultural zeitgeist, before they were popular. I had to learn all of this, and I had to learn it and of course, Gloria knows, where I would come to family gatherings and have my little bowl with that little food that nobody would understand. But these are the things when we talk about discipline that you have to be willing to do if you're listening to yourself. You have to be willing to listen to yourself above everyone else. So my journey was first and foremost learning about how to heal myself. That also connected with my spiritual journey. So I've been a spiritual counselor for 25 years almost. And then a part of that, then that also led to where I am finally also claiming myself as an artist, which I think we all are. So I hope we can all claim that. And I am a therapist. And so in all of these ways, I have been working with people around their own journeys for reclaiming their health, their wellness, and whatever is your purpose.
Wow.
Can you hear me?
That's
Can
amazing.
you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me all right?
We can hear you. We
Okay,
can hear
because I was
you.
going in and out. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay, so Amina, what I am so excited that you told them was that this didn't happen overnight, that this was a journey. And then you talked about that it took support, it took education, and it took asking for help, which was a big deal. I know we want to go into conversations about that. We want to go into conversations about how you learned how to cook. We want to go into conversations, but I want to talk a little bit about your discipline. You know, when she was coming to the family dinners and everybody was eating everything, right? Everybody was eating everything, and everybody was looking at her like, what are you eating? What aren't you eating? What, how you live off of that? Like we were eating everything, and she was eating this little, you know, like she said, before vegetarian became fashionable, before eating fruits and vegetables became fashionable, when eating as much meat as possible was the deal. You know, I mean, it was just like, you need to talk a little bit about how that came to being, that you were able to stay in that space when everything, and now, honestly, you guys, everybody comes to the Thanksgiving, we're like, when is Amina coming and what is she cooking and what are we going to eat? And we don't even understand what it is, but it looks so delicious. It looks so delicious. We all want to eat it because we know it's all about health. So talk a little bit about that, would you, Amina, for a second?
Yes, thank you. And I think that even touches on to that part. The learning how to cook touched into our journey of what we consider discipline was actually became rooted in self-love. We talk about discipline, but I don't think we can have discipline without grace. If our discipline is rooted in depravity, deprivation, if it is only about what we're taking away and not what we're moving towards, then it is so much harder to get there. So I was able to do that because I in the vision of what I want, not only in the takeaway of what I don't want. And the vision to what I wanted was bigger than what I felt was being taken away.
Wow.
Wow.
And I have to do that all the time. Yeah.
Amina, I got to just jump in there because literally I'm sitting here taking notes. I am in a master class. So you know what? Tell Auntie Gloria, she got to hook you up after this is over because this is a master class, okay? We are in a master class. Amina, a vision to what I want was bigger than what you were taking away. That right there, that statement, that is a drop the mic statement. I'm serious. That is so powerful. And I'm just envisioning you and I know Thanksgiving is like tremendous in Gloria's household. Everybody, the whole family, the in-laws, the outlaws, everybody is invited doing Thanksgiving. And I can only imagine the aromas, the smells. And you know what? Literally, there's so many people that say, don't even ask me to go on a diet doing Thanksgiving and Christmas. Hit me up in January, okay? I can't imagine the amount of discipline it would take to be in a household where everybody is like, they're not on the same discipline mission that you are on, but yet and still you are able to say, you guys do you and I'm gonna do me. And I was talking to my sister today, and I think another thing that's so important that I get the feeling of sometimes when people are on a journey and they're deciding to make choices that are best for them, because you talked about the self-love, right. It can become a thing where you make other people feel bad, or you're on your journey and you're looking side-eye at everybody else, when they're on their journey. So I just wanted to mention that. That's Gloria. I know we're about to take a break.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to take a break, Amina, and I want to come back to that. I want to come back to that self-love piece. I love that part that you talked about, Crisette. How do you hold on when everybody else around you is going in a different direction? You guys, we are at We Got Issues. We're talking about diet and discipline. We have an amazing guest. We call her Amina, but her name is Fofie. And so we're so excited that you guys are going to call in at 313-778-7600. We're going on a quick break and we'll be back. And We Got Issues with you guys. This is so exciting. Thank you.
So you guys, we're on a commercial break for the radio. I always have to remind all of our Facebook viewers that we are a radio show that broadcasts on Facebook. So you know how your earring just starts itching. Does that ever happen to you? You can't get good enough. And you know how you really start getting that ear, is itching, and then you got to be cool because you own air. But we are a radio show. So right now in our ear, in our headsets, is the commercial. So this is a 2-minute commercial break. And so one of us during the commercial break is just the ad lib hype person. So I'm reading the comments. I'm checking it out. Yeah. Amina is breaking it down. She is breaking it down. She's given us some great information. And I just appreciate, we've got some new girlfriends. If this is your first time watching us, whether you're watching on Force of Friendship, whether you're watching on the 910 AM Superstation, y'all, if you have not gone to the 910 AM Superstation and liked that page, please go there, because we are representing 910 AM, the Superstation. So even if you're watching it on YouTube or one of the other places, please go to the 910 AM Facebook page and watch, make sure you like that page. But if this is your first time tuning into We Got Issues, would you let us know? Let us know. Want to hear in the chat. We have 2 callers waiting. You could totally call us 313-778-7600. And we still got about another minute. So 2 callers. So if you call right now, I know sometimes it's hard to call because if you are listening on your phone, it's hard to call too. But you can listen iHeartRadio, Roku, Apple TV. The way they listen in the house here is through YouTube. So they go to YouTube on your Fire Stick or on your Apple TV, and you got it right there. You can AirPlay with your iPhone. I don't know what it's called when you have the Android. So now I hear my own voice. It's our own commercial in the ear, which means that we're the final commercial before the show comes back on. And thank you. Is it Tracy? Did I say it right? Where are you listening in from, Tracy? Where are you listening in? I love it. Yep, we're talking about self-love today, diet and discipline. All righty. There's Erica. Gloria's daughter-in-law. diet and discipline. Hey, 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 hey. Shakisha, did I say it right? All right, here we go. Commercial break over. Back to Gloria and Amina. Did I do a good job as a hype person? All right, music.
Oh, we gotta talk back to we got issues. You got issues. We all got issues. We're so excited to be talking about diet and discipline with our guest today. She's amazing. Fofie, we are so glad. You're gonna hear us call her Fofie. Did I say it right? Fofie. She said there's an accent on it. Tell us how to say it again.
Fofie?
Fofie. I know. Fofie.
And Amina. And Amina is fine too. They are both my name. Yes.
This is so much fun, you guys. I'm so excited. And, talking about self-love and discipline and the things. And I'm loving you guys talking about that this is their first time. We're hearing a lot of people on the chat saying this is their first time and they're absolutely loving it. So I'm so pleased. We're going to go to the callers real quick. We're going to go to Drea. Drea, are you there? We'd love to hear from you. Hey, she's a regular girl, y'all. She's a regular, yes. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Sophia. Nice to meet you.
Wonderful
Gloria,
to meet you.
Thank you, Drea. Thank you.
Do the same thing you do when I go out to family. I pack a bag for me. I pack a bag for my fur babies. I pack a food bag for me. I have to bring my breakfast food with me, my proteins with me, my lunch, my dinner. I get to my dad's house. He eats everything under the sun and then looks at me. Why am I eating what I'm eating when I go cook my own little meal on the side? But I'm on a mission, and I can't let nobody stop my mission. You all know I'm on that stage mission, so I can't let anybody stop my mission with eating a lot of carbs and a lot of red meats and a lot of stuff that can't go in my system. But I'm getting real close to the stage and don't want to bloat back up or gain weight. Mm-hmm. So I'm doing the in-between vegetarian and chicken and fish. I eat no red meat, no pork, and anything else, and very little carbs. So this is an awesome program. And I stay motivated because I look at my awards that I got last year and know that I got to beat myself from last year. So the only way I can do that is to get better through my diet, everything else I have to do.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Drea, I'm so glad you called in about that. Is what you're talking about. You're so clear on the vision of your award keeps you focused on where you're going, and how you make those hard decisions, because those decisions are really hard. I've made those decisions. I will tell you, I'm a recovering vegan person. Like, I go vegan, then I don't, and then I go vegan again, then I don't. I'm down here in Colombia amongst all the best fish in the world. It's just craziness that keeps coming at us. But right now, we want to go for what Drea was talking about. We're going to come back to Rayshana. Is Rayshana with us? We want to hear from her too, and then we're going to come back and talk about what Drea talked about.
Oh, wow. Hello. How are you?
I'm good, Rayshana. How are you? Did I say your name right?
Yes, you did. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Wow. That's good. Tell us what's on your mind. What's your question or your comment on We Got Issues?
Well, I love the topic first, the diet and discipline. As a certified weight loss coach, I understand how, we do sway from our inconsistencies. And one thing I learned about diet is not to make it a diet, but to make it a habit. And just a habit to choosing what's good for you. As a certified weight loss coach, I help a lot of my clients break down their calories versus what they're going to, versus on how much weight they can gain and how much weight they can lose. So I like to keep them within a calorie frame of mind where, they can have the flexibility of eating a certain way, but also maintaining a certain exercise routine at that.
Right.
Right. That is excellent. That's so excellent. Thank you so much, Shauna. I'm so glad you called in. We love to get the callers. And they talked about
them differently for different reasons. One for weight loss, one for helping other people. Talked about, she's very clear. Drea talked about she's very clear on what she wants to do, the results of her body that she wants to do. My point is that people become disciplined for different reasons. And you're coming from a place where you became disciplined in order to help yourself with your self-love, but then you became an expert, in my mind, at helping other people. And again, the whole thing about let medicine be your food and let food be your medicine, I absolutely, really, really love that. So can you walk us through a little bit of maybe a story or two of how you have helped some other women grasp what was difficult for them, but they changed their food and therefore they changed their life? Because I do believe that we have a temple that God gave us, and that we lose sight of this amazing machine that he gave us, and we put junk in while we still want excellence to come out. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, and thank you for the question, and thank you so much for the callers, because I heard the importance. Drea, I want to shine light on that preparation, and I want to shine light on how we are making these choices. So again, what is your vision? So after 25, whatever years of working with people, I've come to, I had to make a shift because we have so much information out there. And can I just make a real quick comment that I saw someone ask if I'm a vegetarian? And I want to really be clear that this is not about that you have to have one particular type of eating. This is about finding what works for you, enjoying the experimentation, and again, making sure to listen to your body, having that discipline and that routine and ritual to listen to your body. So different things work for different people. I had to find what worked for me. Mm-hmm. How I did that was not in I have to get rid of, and I had to work really hard, I'm going to be honest, to work through shame. I could not come to this from a shame-based place. And we can get real caught up in so many subconscious ways that shame can creep in. And so first and foremost, and always, that has to be what constantly comes up. Am I doing this from deprivation, from a shame-based place, or from my vision of who I want to be? Diet, if we can go back to that root word, is not about deprivation. It's about way of life. It's about what is a way of being. And so I want to take it back to that. What is the way of being that you want to be? And that's how I had to do it and how I have structured this for my life. It can't be some short-term goal. I have objectives that, of course, I might want to do in terms of whether or not I'm doing a cleanse, or whether or not I want to reach this this goal of how I want to be able to have cardio. But the objectives are all towards a purpose. What that does is allow me the grace when that objective can't be met for whatever reason or another. I know that I'm still in my purpose, so shame doesn't come in. If I can continue to be in the purpose of the larger vision, then I can work towards with the objectives and the goals with grace and self-compassion. And then on a daily, day-to-day, I love that Drea brought in that preparation. We got to set ourselves up for success. Yes, you got to find your time for meal prep. You got to bring what you got to bring with you. So many things that we want to make sure that we set ourselves up for success, including the fact that if I want to make extreme changes, some of us can make them slowly. Some of us, for health reasons, have to make them a little bit quicker. And whether or not it's, I got to get rid of caffeine for a few days, knowing you're going to have a headache, maybe if you've been on caffeine for a long time, whatever those changes are, again, grace and compassion. What do I need to support myself for what those shifts and those adjustments are going to be? All the way from what do I need to support myself with love to what I need to pack so that I know that I have food to eat, as opposed to that easy, I don't have anything to eat, so that's where we can slip up and let me just slide in to get the stuff I don't want to eat.
Right. Let's not even talk about how we just eat whatever we want to eat because we didn't prepare. I mean, that's like
Right.
discipline 101 is you don't prepare, so therefore you don't get the results. Sabrina.
Yeah, Amina, thank you for being with us. In your journey, I mean, I hear you. Diet is not deprivation. Well, every diet that I've been on, I've been deprived. Okay, I'm gonna just tell you, I've been deprived. And so that's a new thought. I understand the psychology. And so, seriously, Amina, I mean, you know, the words, they sound so good. The philosophy, it's wonderful. We know that's the way it should be. But, you know, we fall off the wagon. We could be doing so good, then we fall off the wagon. Then we're doing good with exercise, and we're not so good with diet. Talk to me about that with your journey. Did you focus on one and then the other, or did you do them all together? And were you coached to this place by yourself, or did you have a health coach to get you along your way?
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you for keeping it real, because yes, please don't ever let anybody think that I am saying that this is always easy, because that is not what I'm saying. There are times that this is not easy. Lord knows I love some French fries, but I can't do that. So to answer your question though, from my journey, especially because of my time and just what happened, I was self-taught. But what I did do, and this is why I just love y'all's relationship and y'all's friendship so much. But what I did do was I found my community along the way who could keep me going. So first, awesome. I had to go into myself and realize, okay, what do I need? But once I realized that, I found the other people who were on the same vibe. And I've heard you all talk about this the same way. I found the other people who were on the same path, who were on the same journey. And we became in community around our similar goals. Because it's not always easy. And it's not always easy, not because, you know, we have some inherent failure. And that's where I just really want to make sure that we are having that grace, because there's a whole lot of reasons that we do a whole lot of things. So for me, where can we find our joy? Where can we find our comfort? For me, what I've had to do along the way is look into, sometimes if I'm reaching for that bag of, French fries, that's my thing. Ooh, I love some French fries. I love some bread. And so if I know that that's not what I'm wanting, first of all, there are some times that I can have it. Let me be clear. There are some times that I can have it. What also do I want to do to make sure that whatever it is that I'm reaching for that for, sometimes it's just because I want some salt. Sometimes though, it's because I need comfort. Let me check in with what that comfort, let me check in with what that other need. Let me check in with what that other void, let me check in with whatever that other issue is, so that I am offering myself the comfort in the moment, but I'm not going to continue going to that, because I'm going to check into what is it I'm needing and where is my real joy? Where is my real wellness? Where is my real health?
Right. You know, Mina, I love when Sabrina said, did you have a coach at first? And then you talked about, I had to find it for myself. So because you helped so many women through so many things, how do people find you first? How do people who are listening might want to find how to get some guidance from you? How would they go about doing that? And then we'll go to Caterina.
You can, I will be happy to put my email address in the comments. And I am Ashe Movement, and I can spell that out, .org in New Orleans is where I'm doing my expressive arts therapy and wisdom's ladder. I do facilitation and coaching work, and that's wisdomsladder.com.
That's excellent. Wisdomladder.com. Fabulous. Caterina.
Yes, I'm typing that in the chat now. Wisdomladder.com, right? Okay, yes. Amina.
Wisdom's with an apostrophe. Yes.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna, Gloria, type that in the chat for me so we can be
Me,
sure to
you know,
get
I
it right?
can misspell everything.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I misspell.
I
I
got
know
it.
She's
the
not the
step
one.
going on.
She's not the one.
Well, I mean, Amina, type it in there. Amina, type it in there.
They
or
will
send
never
it to your
find
aunt
her.
so we
They
can
will
get it.
never find her. Okay.
What I meant was, what I mean is, Amina, send it to your aunt so we can be sure we get it right. Okay, she can't copy
Okay,
and
that's
paste.
good. That's good.
Okay.
That cut and paste works for me. Cut and paste.
That's what I meant. Okay, Amina, I have 2 questions. I'm gonna ask both of them. I don't know if we have time for both of them, but I need you to put the cookies, or should I say the apples, on the bottom shelf. Okay, like. Discipline is just choosing between what you want now and what you want most. So there's always this pain pleasure thing going on. And you're just stepping all over me, bread and fries, bread and fries, bread and fries. And so mentally, how do you, because we know that there's that mental connection. So can you, like, where do I start? How do you, with that mental thing? Because it's in the moment, you know, it's this immediate gratification versus later. And then my second question is, how is this journey unique for Black women? Just, is there a difference there? So I don't know if we have time for both of those, but help a sister out. Asking for a friend.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for both of those questions. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
We got you, Gloria.
Okay.
We can hear you too.
Thank you so much for both of those questions. Oh my goodness. So in terms of the first question, the bread and fries and how we do it in the moment. Again, I really want to stress, can we make it a word, can we make it a combo meal of discipline and grace? Having the grace to check in with ourselves, because the deeper level of this question, I'm going to be completely honest, it's not a 30-second soundbite. It's being able to check in with yourself. It's being able to, what are your grounding practices of knowing yourself? So that on the one hand, you want to reach for that bread, but you can get to know what other teas, what other foods, like give yourself some time to figure out what other foods, teas, breathing rituals, what else can actually take this place. So first give yourself that time to find out, and give yourself the grace to, you know, get a fry, get a piece of bread while you're finding out, so that you don't put yourself back in your progress because of shame and because of guilt. Right. So first, it's really about, because it's all connected. It is mind, it is body. There really might be something in you. You're reaching for that particular food because there is a particular item, ingredient in that your body is craving, and you can just get it in a different way. So how can you connect with your body and with a healthcare provider to find out, maybe there's a different way that I can get this? And Black women.
Yeah, talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it.
Ooh, this is my old soapbox. This soapbox is so old. Yes, Black women. So I say this because we know that unfortunately we are the most vulnerable in our healthcare industry. We know that the research does not reflect us. So Black women, I need us to talk to each other. With Black women, I need us to talk to each other, because the other thing about my journey is that I have to continuously check in with it, because women's journeys change. My health needs, my personal needs are changing as I get older, more seasoned, go through changes. And we need to have these conversations first, because we know what to ask when we go to the doctor. We have to have these conversations so that we know how to make adjustments for our own diet, exercise, and need, and rest. And even being willing to make small changes in our schedules. Can we prioritize our rest? We are, we do so much. We do so much as Black women, and we celebrate that. And I'm so grateful that right now we're starting to push away that strong Black woman narrative. Can we be vulnerable? Can we get care? Can we care for ourselves? So with Black women, starting first and foremost there, before anything about diet and discipline, first care. After that, there are so many jokes about lactose intolerance after a certain age. And I'm glad that we can laugh about
I was
this.
going to go? That's exactly where I was going to go. I was going to be, okay, let's talk about the food that we don't like to give up. Let's talk about the dairy. Let's talk about the things. So right on that edge of that, can you talk about this? I had this as a question, Mina. When you're talking to people and your therapy and the coaching that you're doing with them, what illnesses are most prevalent to the wrong food choices that you're aware of?
Wow.
Lactose intolerance, respiratory illnesses. We are having migraines. Do you know what the number one is? Even above, well, it's probably right there with lactose intolerance. We have major issues with reproductive systems. Black women and fibroids is exponentially above any other population.
Wow. Exponentially above. Wow.
It is, okay, pardon me if that was hyperbolic, but it is almost true. We are like that far above. Black women with fibroids. And so.
Is that food related or otherwise?
Oh, fibroids is, it's dual. And let me be clear, it's hard, I don't locate, we have trauma. So it's hard, we can't just easily dissect them. I'm going to be honest about that. We can't.
Yeah, be honest.
Especially when
we got issues. Right. That's what name of the show.
Right.
We got issues.
We cannot easily dissect them. So, but where we can learn to care for this issue that is so prevalent with us is by learning. The diet and discipline is where we are learning to tap in and listen to our body. So even if you don't feel like I want to give up this food, even if you don't feel like I don't know about, I love my ice cream, cool. Give yourself 2 weeks, give yourself 1 month, give yourself just a small container to test for yourself the difference. Just give yourself a container to test for yourself the difference, where it's not about, again, anything other than, let me just see how my body does differently. Let me see how my clarity is different. Let me see how my menstruation is different. Let me see how my memory is different. Let me see how my eyesight is different. So giving yourself the opportunity to just check in with how these affect you.
One of the things that
a huge one.
Talk about dairy. What about dairy?
Dairy is a huge one because, well, in all honesty, this is actually something that affects most humans. Excuse me. Especially above a certain age. So again, since I'm not coming on here as a nutritional consultant, I'm not going to go into all the depths of it. What I will say is that if you ask and tap and check in with most adult Black women, we have issues from lactose. We have issues from milk products, and we do. And when you check in with most Black women who have given up dairy, let me speak from my own perspective. Of all the things where I have, again, over all of these years, done my own tests and my own observations of whether it's meat or fried foods or fish or whatever it is, nothing has made the most difference in my health than giving up dairy. Nothing.
Wow.
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 That's a huge statement.
That's huge.
Huge statement. We have a caller. And I'm so glad that we have a caller. So I'm going to invite everybody to please call in if you have a question or a comment. Call 313-778-7600 because we'd love to hear your voice. We'd love to hear your comment. Marathon, I think Marathon is there. Are you there?
Hi, ladies. How y'all doing?
Great.
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I wanted to talk about friendships. I had a long friendship with a woman. We were both singers, and I played piano for her. And I got hurt some years back, and my brother's girlfriend became my caretaker. And do you know my friend fell out with me?
Your friend fell out with you because
I let my brother's girlfriend be my caretaker to get me back. I hurt my leg.
Wow.
So that really blew my mind. it made me wonder, did she secretly love me or what was going on? I can't figure it out.
Well, that's a very interesting comment because we, as a force of friendship, do talk about relationships a lot. I mean, a lot. And so when you were going with that, I was like, is he already talking about how the friend made him feel better with food when they were caretakers? That's not what you're talking about. You're talking about, I can't believe that they got mad at me because of something like that. So, America, I'm so glad that you called in. But we want to stay a little bit close to this topic about the food. Do you have something, not just the food, but the diet and the discipline? And we want you to stay tuned with us because you got something that we need to talk about. We ask the topics all the dang on time. So we're so excited about that conversation about a friend who steps in and somebody else gets mad. Marathon, that is such a good topic. Thank you for that. Seriously. We'll come back to that. Does that sound okay?
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Can you talk a little bit about that? Because y'all, seriously, me and my sisters got on the phone with Amina, and we said, okay, like Mina, like really, talk to us. Talk to us and tell us about that. So first I want to talk about almond food, and then Caterina had a question.
Oh, we're going to me.
Okay, go to you, Caterina, go to you, and then we can talk about almond milk. Go ahead, that's good.
Okay, yes. I wanted to ask Amina, where are you shopping and the importance of having a garden? Can you just talk about that? I talked recently on the show about how much of a difference it makes when I travel internationally. I notice a difference in my elimination process. My whole plumbing is different because the soil is different in other parts of the world. And so can you just talk about where do you shop and do you grow your own veggies?
Yes. Thank you for both of those questions. And let me just go ahead and pull in relationships around almond milk and the force of friendship, because the way that I gave up dairy originally, I want to go back to support. I originally was able to finally do that with 3 friends through a bet. We went 30 days together. And I think they may have all gone back, but that was how I was able to be grounded in my commitment. Like sometimes you do call in, and that's when I did find almond milk. Actually, first it was soy milk. And where I shop, and this I think is such an important question, because I think it's important when we have these conversations that everybody doesn't have the same access. Everybody doesn't have the same access to these healthy foods, right? So I am blessed to have access to, I have farmers markets that are very close nearby that I support. I have a Whole Foods that, of course, I go to. Unfortunately, that's one of the options, as well as that I am trying to start, I do my own herbal gardening, starting a new herbal garden, and we have community gardens here. So, for instance, Detroit has incredible community gardens that are popping up where you can go and find those and be able to start to grow things. I really encourage folks to be able to find these where you can and do them, because I understand that food access is different for everyone. So another topic, and if anybody wants to call me, is how to do this when you don't have the same level of food access. Happy to talk to you about that. Soy milk, almond milk. I see this question popping up. So soy can have different effects on different bodies, especially if we're talking about women's bodies and Black women's bodies, because we're talking about estrogen. So that's another one of those issues of trying to figure out where you are on your life hormonal cycle, what your specific needs are around estrogen, and checking in. Soy is one of certainly the more processed. And so what are you wanting from this milk? Are you wanting the creamy consistency? Are you wanting the protein? Check in with yourself. I have a friend who is such a coffee snob, and so she only wants this type of, nut milk for her coffee. So, check in with what you want. If you don't need to have soy, don't have that processed soy. If you want to have almond milk, please check into the brands, because we have to be really careful with almonds, because I'm also going to make the pitch that we got to be careful about our environment right now. And there are some brands that do better than others. Almond is a great protein. If, however, make sure that you are using an almond milk that actually is using almonds, because some of them are scamming. But almond milk is really, Almond milk is a really, when you get a good one though, if that's what you're looking for a combination of protein, and for some people that's the flavor and texture that they're wanting, then that is an amazing replacement. I love cashew, actually. To me, if people are looking to replace milk, cashew nut milk has much, to me, a thicker consistency, and is closer to folks who are used to cow's milk and heavy cream.
You guys, the whole conversation about milk is amazing. We have some callers, Mina. I'm so excited. We're going to go to Dr. Connolly. Dr. Connolly, are you? No, Connerly. Dr. Connolly, are you there with us? We want to hear from you because this is
so interesting. Yes, we got it. Hello? Yes, we hear you. Okay. This is a conversation we could talk about the whole week. I love it. Our church was on a fast, and one of the things we had to fast from was wheat. So I took the time to study about which is gluten free. But I was able to replace, and I felt so much better for almost 50 days, with no wheat. But I love my bowl of Cheerios. So I eat the gluten free. Are you familiar with the Ripple milk? It's a pea base, and what I love about it is it's creamy, and it gives me that texture. So I've been incorporating it into my diet or incorporating it into food. My family loves macaroni, so they don't know that they get macaroni with plant-based milk instead of the heavy cream, but I have not missed a thing. It's our Ripple, and I get it with I control my salt and my sugar. Mm-hmm. So either I'm getting it salt-free or sugar-free, and I add my own. But are you familiar with the Ripple? And also, can you address the wheat? Because I found that the wheat and the soy is blowing me up.
Yeah.
So that's wheat or soy. And you have to read the back because soy is in everything. Mm-hmm. Everything. And the wheat. So can you address that for me?
I would love to.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I would love to. Because I know we're getting close to time. And if there's the simplest thing that I can say, yes, soy, wheat, corn, and sugar are overprocessed and in everything. And so if there was one change that you could make, where can you just step away from the processed foods? I also saw, and I forgot to get my shout out to oat milk. I love oat milk. I make a baked macaroni and cheese and lasagna with all plant-based materials that I know is good and everybody else loves. But yes. But in all honesty, and this is the most important thing about my journey, experiment. So if you can start to take some steps away from the processed foods, because our foods, if you're getting processed foods, and our agriculture and the way that it's going has too much salt, too much sugar, too much corn, all these things. Where can you learn your produce section? Where can you just start to get back to plant-based, meaning just what can you do one meal prep a week from scratch? Just start one meal prep a week from scratch. And then just switch one bit that you're wanting to switch, whether it's cheese or something else, replace it with something else, and then put something up for what your actual vision and purpose is. Just start there.
Yes, you guys. Don't forget tomorrow, April, what's tomorrow? The 17th? We're going to have at Greater Grace. You can come and get your COVID shots from 9 until 12. The number to call is 313-230-0505. Set up your appointment. Again, that's on tomorrow from 9 until noon. You can get the vaccine, I should say. You can get the vaccine. And then real quickly on Monday, join us on Monday. We're going to have the Wayne County prosecutor, Kim Worthy, is going to be with us. And we're going to be talking about the pandemic plus domestic violence is a crisis. So we want you to join us on Monday at 6:00. Gloria?
Thank you.
And we thank you for your desire to be more brilliant. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you all for having me. Bye-bye.
Yes.
Thank
So
you.
good. So good.
That was
Stay with us.
awesome, Amina. Amina,
Okay.
I want that recipe for plant-based mac and cheese.
Woo, that was awesome. Thank you so much. That was so good. My thing was going in and out, but that was so powerful, Amina. That was so extra information. So good, so good. We thank you so much for being with us. Oh, they can't hear me. Oh my goodness. I'm talking. I'm just talking.
I fixed it.
Oh my gosh. Go ahead.
Me on the We can hear you now.
They can hear me now. Okay, I want to thank you, Amina. Seriously, that was excellent. We got so much information, and so much of the continuation. We could bring up this topic over and over and over again with so much life going on. And thank you for talking about the Black women and what we have to do for our health, because we don't have enough of that conversation going. And we love the fact that we have a very diverse following, but they so care about the topic and how it affects Black women. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for bringing that to the forefront.
Thank you all. You know, it was an honor for me to be in conversation with the four of you. So it was an honor. And I'm happy to get into more specifics. Thank you for letting me expand the conversation to our care. So thank you. It was my pleasure.
And I want to tell the people on Facebook, as we grow this conversation, when we get things like you request, when we get a good recipe, when we get some good advice about different things, we're going to try and expand the Force of Friendship Facebook page to bring you guys some things. So even when you say to us, we want some recipes, or we want some, like when we have different guests on, when we can give you more information, we're trying to make it so engaging that you come back to the Force of Friendship and get more information about the topics that we covered. So we will let you know how to get in touch with Amina. We want to make sure that you're there. You guys, listen to me. Think about who you know who could be in a domestic violence situation. Think about who you know who could be struggling. Or think about people that you know that are afraid to have this conversation, because just the education will bring out an awareness. We're in a pandemic for a lot of ways. COVID has put us in a pandemic, but also we're in a pandemic when it comes to domestic violence, and we have to keep this conversation. So we're excited to bring this conversation to you. And again, give us suggestions on where we can shine. You guys have a great Friday. We're so glad that you're here with us today, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Ciao.